Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's talk about a huge trend, that is Indian students and nurses moving to Germany to train and work in the healthcare sector. Recently, I saw a video by DW News that covered a story where hospitals across Germany are actively hiring nurses from India and other countries because of a major nursing shortage. The video also showed how the life of students coming for an Ausbildung in Germany is like. So in this video, I'll explain why nursing in Germany is booming, how many Indians are actually moving for nursing training to Germany, the eligibility criteria and language levels, and where to find genuine Ausbildung or vocational training or job positions, and the most commonly asked questions about working as a nurse in Germany. So let's start and let's see first why nursing in Germany is growing so much. So if we look at Germany's population, it is aging and the country needs over 1 lakh nurses in hospitals and elderly care homes as per recent data. To fill this gap, German hospitals are partnering with Indian recruitment agencies and nursing schools. Now, DW News and official data show that thousands of new Indian nurses are entering Germany every year, either for an Ausbildung, which is a vocational training program, or through recognition, which is Anerkennung of existing nursing diploma. Now, in fact, Indian students overall have crossed 49,000 enrollments in Germany in the winter intake last year, making them the largest international student group, and a significant part of that number is moving into healthcare and nursing fields. Now, there are 3 main pathways to get into nursing in Germany. Number 1 pathway is Ausbildung, which is a vocational training program in nursing. The program duration is 3 years. The medium of instruction is German. You work and study simultaneously and get a monthly stipend of somewhere between 1,000 to 1,200 euros a month. This is perfect for those who have completed their class 10, 12, and those who want to have hands-on experience. Now, the second route is, of course, to do a bachelor or a master program in Germany in nursing. So this is offered at public universities and universities of applied sciences called as Hochschule. Now, some English taught programs do exist, but I think most of their programs are in German, of course, because you have to deal with patients, then you should know German. The duration is 3 to 4 years for a bachelor program and 2 years for a master program. Third route is to do a recognition. If you are already a qualified nurse, you already hold a bachelor degree from India or any other country, your degree is compared with the German curriculum by the state authority. And then you need to take a C1 German exam, and you might have to take also a knowledge test, which is like an aptitude test called as Kenntnisprüfung, or a bridge course before you do a full registration to work as a nurse in Germany. So these are the 3 main routes if you want to consider this particular path. Let's look at the general eligibility criteria. So of course, like I mentioned before, for an Ausbildung, you need a minimum of 10 plus 2. And of course, the plus 2 that you have done should be a science background. That's preferred. Secondly, you need a German language certificate. B2 is most ideal. B2 and above it would be best. A medical fitness certificate and a clean police record. Now, if you want to do the recognition route, if you're already a qualified nurse in another country, then Indian Nursing Council approved degree, you need one, and then you need a language certificate, B2 or higher. You need all your curriculum transcripts, your work experience proof to apply. Now, where can you find these nursing positions? So, I have also spoken in my video on Ausbildung that ausbildung.de is a website where you can find open positions, but you can also find them on makeitingermany.de, which explains recognition process, visa and job steps as well. Hospital websites, so many of these hospitals post Ausbildung, Pflegefachfrau oder Mann positions or international nursing programs. You can look at job portals like Indeed.de, Stepstone, Bundesagentur für Arbeit, Germany's official employment agency. Recruitment agencies are also there, so I searched for some. There's TERN Group, which partners with German hospitals. There's CWC Recruitment. There is FIA Academy, which also offers German and nursing recognition training. So these are some agencies you can have a look. I don't have first-hand experience in this, but this is all based on my research. Please don't pay anybody high upfront fees. Always look at the legitimacy of the agency that you are going through. Let's look at the salary and stipend expectations. So during Ausbildung, like I said, you get about 1,000 to 1,200 euros a month. This varies by state. And after a full qualification, after you're a qualified nurse, you can expect somewhere between 2,500 to 3,000 euros a month if you are a registered nurse. And some employers also provide housing or shared accommodation, or at least help you get one if you are, internationally recruited. Let's now look at a document checklist. So the required documents would of course be a valid passport, your educational certificates, your transcripts, your language certificate is super important. It could be one by Kyoto. Then there is the curriculum vitae, the CV, the motivation letter. You should have a medical and police clearance certificate, and for recognition, of course, your nursing syllabus and practical hours proof what you have done before. Now let's look at the most commonly asked questions. So in my previous videos, I have some questions and I collated them. But there are a lot of questions that students write to me as well, and about nursing in Germany. So I take this opportunity to answer those questions. Maybe the video is a little bit longer then. But the first question here is, what is the difference between a registered nurse and a hospital assistant nurse or a nursing assistant? So a registered nurse, Pflegefachkraft, has full recognition. They can work independently. They can care independently for patients, administer medicines, and coordinate with doctors. A hospital assistant, on the other hand, also called as Pflegehelfer or Pflegehelferin, supports basic care like washing, feeding, changing beds under supervision. So assistants often upgrade later by completing a full Ausbildung program or doing the knowledge test, and a registered nurse can independently work for caring, right? Question number 2, what is the difference between an Ausbildung and a university degree in Germany? I recommend you watch my video on Ausbildung and also top 5 courses in Ausbildung. But Ausbildung is a vocational training program and it is a paid program. It is focused on practical skills. While a university degree is more theory based, more for leadership or research based roles. Both can lead you to work as a nurse, but degree holders often move into, they can move into hospital management later or certain administrative roles, which Ausbildung program holders don't really do. So they are more into practical work. Question 3, what level of German do I need to start working? So as far as I have seen, B2 and above is most preferred. So because it's a patient-facing role, then of course you need a good German level. Most authorities require B2 officially. Question 4, do I need an IELTS exam? Now you need to give the English proficiency test only if you're applying for an English taught university degree. For Ausbildung or for a direct hospital position, a German certificate, a German language proficiency certificate is enough. IELTS is not needed. Question 5, what's the age limit for applying to a nursing Ausbildung program? So most institutes prefer candidates between the age of 18 to 30, but there's no strict legal age limit. There may be that there are certain positions that state the age, but most likely there is no legal age limit. Your motivation and your language skills matter more here. Question 6, how long does the Anerkennung or the recognition process take? Okay, so on average, 3 to 9 months, depending on state and documentation, is what I have read on the internet based on the, credible data sources. Missing documents or any kind of incomplete translated documents delay it. So of course, you have to get all your documents translated in German when you apply. And if you don't have those, then this can lead to a bit of delay. Can male nurses apply? Yes, absolutely. Nursing in Germany is gender neutral with most countries, and many male nurses work in hospitals and elderly care. Next question is, do hospitals provide accommodation? So just like universities, some hospitals do, at least they do support you if you're directly moving from an international environment. Especially small town hospitals. Otherwise, they help you find a shared accommodation. They might have some kind of support you at least if they don't directly offer an accommodation. What is the Kenntnisprüfung exam? So it is a knowledge test for foreign nurses, that they have to take if their diploma doesn't fully match the German standards. It includes both theory and practical exams. Okay, question 10. Can I bring my spouse or family later? So generally, of course, you are after receiving your residence permit as a skilled worker, you can apply for a family reunion visa. Your spouse can then be allowed to join you. And even if they come on a family reunion visa, then of course they can also be allowed to work. Certain tips that you could use in order to succeed for a successful application. So number one is to start learning German early. You can aim for a B2 level before you apply to such programs, because that is the minimum requirement when it comes to language skills. Then if you're looking to go through an agency, or you apply to a direct hospital, then you should look at where you're applying. They should be credible and do not pay any upfront fees. Keep your documents translated by a certified translator. And of course, this process can take a long time. It's 100% worth it, because I've heard that students doing an Ausbildung find the opportunity very good, because they not only get a practical work experience, they get money on a monthly basis, which is a very good amount of stipend. So this was like a whole overview on doing an Ausbildung, why an Ausbildung in nursing is growing with time, why it is attracting international talent so much, and then also how you could apply for an Ausbildung in nursing. If you have any further questions, please do let me know. Of course, I don't have, like I said, a first-hand experience. I did not do an Ausbildung. I've done a master program in Germany, so I can also try to have somebody on the channel who can talk about their Ausbildung experience in Germany. But apart from that, I hope you found this video informative. You can watch my previous videos on Ausbildung and top 5 other Ausbildung courses that you can consider to do. That was all for today's video. I hope you found it informative. All the sources that I used to make this particular video, to get information for this particular video, I will link it in the description, so you know that the video was made by credible sources, by researching credible sources. Apart from that, I will see you in my next video. Until then, bye and take care.